Watch this 2-hour video and you can be fluent in Arabic. Take this 3 days intensive course and you can speak like natives. Learn this secret and you can speak Arabic in a month. We all know that these are fake ads, yet we tend to believe them because we think it is the easy way to learn a new language, yet it leads us nowhere. But why most of us find it difficult to learn a new language, and especially if we are self-learning, and what is the correct way of learning a new language? We're gonna find out in this video. Before I tell you the correct way of studying Arabic or any other language, let me tell you first how not to study if you want to learn efficiently. So the first incorrect way of studying a new language is just focusing on memorizing new words. Why most of these language apps fail after spending a lot of time, weeks and months studying new vocabs and matching words with the image corresponding to it, and yet when we want to create a new sentence, we're most probably not going to know how to say it unless we have seen that in that app. I mean, we know what is a chair and what is a table, but when we tend to create a sentence that says, put that chair near that table, we're most probably not going to know how to say it, even though we have spent a lot of time studying and memorizing new words. So the second bad way of learning a new language is just focusing on grammar. There is nothing wrong with grammar. Grammar is good because it lets us understand the structure of the sentence and we can know the tenses of the verbs. But if we just focus on grammar, it can lead us nowhere. And you can never be fluent in a language just by learning grammar. The problem with these methods is that they deal with the language as a set of rules or algebraic expressions. If you know them, then you know everything about that language. This might be true if you want to get good grades in a test, but in real life, language is just a simple way of communication. I mean, do you believe that kids think what is a subject and what is an object before they speak? No, they just speak. So what to do if we want to improve ourselves in Arabic or in any other language? The answer is practice, practice, and practice. I mean, it happens to be that I'm wearing a shirt that says practice like a champion, but really the answer is practice. I mean, just think of it as a muscle and you want it to grow. And be patient while practicing. It might take years and years of practice if we want to be expert in a language. But the good thing is that we don't need to be expert in a language just to start communication. Now that we know that the answer is practicing, we need to know how to practice. To do that, we need to improve two skills, the incoming or the receiving skills and the outcoming skills. For the incoming skills, I mean by that reading and the listening skills. And you can improve that by just listening to the news, documentaries, audiobooks, anything you find interesting. And by reading, you can do that by reading anything you find interesting also. Just read a menu, a banner, and try to read it out loud. It helps a lot. Now let's talk about the outcoming skills. First, speaking. For speaking, you need to find someone to speak with, of course. It helps a lot if that person is a native, but it doesn't really matter. Just find someone to speak with. And if you can't find someone, just speak to yourself. It might sound funny, but believe me, it worked for me. Me, as a language learner myself, I used to dedicate 5 minutes of my day to record whatever I want to say in that day. And believe it or not, it made a huge difference. Now let's talk about writing. For writing, you can use the same method as speaking. Just record or write anything that happens to you in a day. And when you get more advanced, you can find paragraphs or essays that you find them interesting. You might like them or you might hate them, and try to change them, giving your thoughts and opinions on that subject. The last thing I want to say before ending up this video is don't always compare yourself with natives and experts. I mean, it's a good idea to find your goal, to know your goal and where you want to reach in that language. But if you always compare yourself with natives, it can be a little bit frustrating and depressing. My advice to you is that you compare yourself with the day you've started before, and you will see a lot of improvement if you keep on practicing and be patient while doing that. So that was everything for that video. I hope you find the information useful. Thank you very much.